I'll be honest, the title just caught my eye, and so I decided to give it a listen. Panda Bear Meets the Grim Reaper is the fifth studio album from Animal Collective founding member Noah Lennox, aka Panda Bear, and this is my first exposure to his music. The album is atmospherically strong during its opening track, Sequential Circuits, recalling more of the psychedelic Beatles songs like Blue Jay Way. Sequential Circuits is less melodic to be sure, but what it might lack in melody, it makes up for in atmosphere. This track feels like I am in some otherworldly church. The album then picks up a little more with the song Mr. Noah, which opens with some electronically altered howling dogs and then morphs into a dance groove with some strange staccato vocals. Now, throughout listening to Panda Bear Meets the Grim Reaper, I found myself making equal comparisons to 60s bands like the Beatles and the Beach Boys, as I do to 80s bands like Depeche Mode and the Pet Shop Boys, for both lushness and overall tone. The press materials that I was able to ascertain on this album tell me that the album's lyrics deal with themes of personal growth, and I would also guess that they deal with death as well, thus the title. But I would have been hard-pressed to tell you that without reading that verse, since I found most of the lyrics indiscernible without access to printed lyrics. But that doesn't mean I'm not enjoying these songs. I enjoyed quite a few of them. This album is full of lush vocal harmonies and slightly off-kilter twists on pop music conventions. So for me, a lot of the album's vocals are there to be part of the ensemble of instrumentation. On the track Boys Latin, I found it pretty much impossible to discern the lyrics, but still enjoyed the vocals for what they added to the overall melody and mood of the song. On the song Lonely Wanderer, the vocals and its accompanying piano melody have a dreamlike quality that almost feel like they are being played backwards. Of course they are not, but I like the effect even if it may or may not have been intentional. I especially like the track Crossroads with its slightly off-kilter Brian Wilson meets blues motif. Track 8, The Tropic of Cancer, reminds me in some ways of Ave Maria by Franz Schubert. Only in its musical execution, though. I'm not saying this is a masterpiece like Ave Maria, but this is a good song, though. But once again, it's all been filtered through a sort of slightly skewered sensibility. At times I feel like these songs are trying to musically F with me, as if saying, are you enjoying this groove or this melody that I started? Well, let me pull the rug out from under you now. You may enjoy or hate this album for this very reason. A few low points on this album are tracks like Davy Jones's Locker and The Shadow of Colossus. These are not songs, they are just short clips of electronic noise. Now, throughout this album, there are little forays into electronic noise that sometimes open and sometimes close the songs, and they work fine as part of a larger context. But they don't work fine when you try to segregate them as separate tracks. I'm not sure why these two examples needed to be set apart as separate tracks. Also, the track Come to Your Senses would have been fine as a 3-minute track, but it overstays its welcome by clocking in at almost 7.5 minutes for no apparent reason. It drags the song down, and it drags the album down as well. And while I definitely feel that this album is deserving of your attention and that you should at least give it one listen and see if it's for you, the album unfortunately peters out a bit with its final 2 tracks. Both Selfish Genie and Acid Wash are dead musical weight for me, adding nothing musically interesting or new to the rest of the album. I am hoping that I will get a chance to hear Panda Bear Meets the Grim Reaper with printed lyrics. I hope that I will get more out of the songs if I do. I think this album will appeal to fans of Moby and to anyone else who gets a kick out of hearing an artist twist conventional pop themes and motifs into something unexpected, even if the unexpected sometimes sounds melodically strange or awkward at first. Show your support for all the musicians and craftspeople who made this music possible by purchasing it legally and or streaming it on legal streaming sites that compensate musicians for the use of their music. Let me know what you thought of this album. For Music Worth Buying, this is TJR, and this is my first reaction to Panda Bear Meets the Grim Reaper.